Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are going to use the Blossoms in Bloom set. It is retired. We are at a Throwback Thursday. So I've used the Hello from the stamp set, and then I've used the dies. Let's move that down so you can still see it. I've used the Layering Blossoms dies. And as the background, I have used the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. So that's the Blossom and Blooms bundle that's retired, and the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder, which is still available in the catalog. So this is a really, really subtle card. You make up the layer and you layer up the flowers and you just attach it on. It's meant to be, in this case, a nice, soft, subtle card. It's got the pow of the basic white in the background, and then just the subtle detail of the flowers over top. You can absolutely do it in different colors, of course. This is the, is it Lemon Lolly it's called? Here we go. It's one of the new colors. Yes, it's Lemon Lolly. And I wanted to give the paper a try. I love it a lot. I tried to do the greeting in the Lemon Lolly. It's too pale. So then I tried a couple of different, this is Boho Blue and then Blueberry Bushel. But I ended up going with Lost Lagoon. It seemed the softest to go with the card. And maybe because it's green, organically good enough. And then this is one of the Stylish Shapes dies to cut that out. Okay, so let's build this card. What have I got? I have got a Lemon Lolly card base. I have got dimensionals because this layer is a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of the Lemon Lolly, and I've run it through the embossing folder, and it will be dimensionalized onto the card front. And I've already used the kind of background die to cut out the flowers in basic white. You can do this, you can use adhesive backing. They use your adhesive sheets on this to make it a sticker. I wanted it to lift a little bit from the card front, so I haven't done that. But what I do when I adhere it is I just put adhesive on the center of the flowers, so that way it kind of sits up a little bit from the card and makes it a little bit 3D that way. What we do need to do is we need to cut the detail. So with this, I've already done my adhesive sheet on the back. I'm going to run this through the machine. Now, the adhesive sheet almost acts like a shim, so it makes it easier for the cut and emboss machine to cut it out. But I'm still going to go back and forth 2 or 3 times just to make sure that it's cut really well. And then we're going to use the brush and the foam mat to get all the small pieces out. Some of them will come out when we peel it off the backing paper, but some of those little ones can be a little sticky. So, okay, I've run that back and forth twice, so 4 times in total on under the wheel. So, and you can tell it's cut through all the way. So that's excellent. So we're just going to peel this out. And the little bits that are left, like on the edges, if you have a small project that you want to use something like this for, you can keep them. Otherwise, I end up every 6 months or so going through all my little bits and pieces and just throwing them away because I haven't used them. But if you do use them, absolutely save that a little bit. Okay, so let's see, the pieces are already coming out. So let's just lift this up and pop it down on here like this. And then we're just going to give it a little bit of a push and get some of those small pieces out. And especially the center of those flowers. With the adhesive sheets, if the small pieces don't come out, you can always just use your finger and they will stick to your finger. So it means you have to scrape them off your fingers, but it gets you through. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, let's pull in our, whoops, I've just dropped my greeting on the floor. So I will get that in a minute. Okay, so making a mess here on the video today. So I'm going to line this up first so I know which way I need to lay this down. And I'm going to peel this off the backing. Sorry if I was off frame there. I'm just gently giving it a bit of a pull. And then I'm just going to put that straight away there. Now I do still have some centers. So like I said, I'm just pulling them out with my fingers. I will have to scrape my fingers later, but for the rest of the video, you're going to see me with little bits on my fingers. There we go. And there's some there, there, one more there, and there. Okay, so I now have fingers with dots on. So let's move that out of the way. And I start by holding it up and lining up one side. That needs to go there like that and like that. And when they're small like this, they're really kind of flexible. So you need to kind of really guide it into place. Okay, and now I'm going to come around and just line up the other pieces and get that little piece out of there. Okay, so just line it up, give it a good push to make sure it's adhered to that base layer. And then, like I said, I'm going to have little yellow dots on my fingertips for the rest of the video, but that's okay. Okay, so now this has kind of a right way up and a wrong way up. This one, it's almost upside down, but it kind of looks like it's coming out of the page at you. So this one I'm going to do this way. So let's go ahead and put our dimensionals on the back of this, and then we can adhere it with the painted texture folder. I don't know that it really matters which way is up and which way is, like, which is upside down and which is right side up for these. I think it's just a matter of preference. So with the folders, whichever side the Stampin' Up! Little black Stampin' Up! Logo rectangle is the way up it was intended to be. Doesn't mean you have to use it that way. I'm just going to pop that down like that. Get rid of those. Okay, now I'm just taking adhesive and I'm putting, and you can see I've missed a little bit in some places, but it's not a huge deal. So we're just going to put adhesive kind of on the center of the flowers. Might put a little bit up here, a little bit down here. Okay, and I want it to go this way up. So then you just place it, and it is going to overlap just a little tiny bit. And then just push those flower centers down, and I will get my greeting that I dropped. And there we go. And I use the mini dimensionals for the greeting. So just like that, and like that. And we just pop this on towards the bottom here. And just make sure we're straight, and we are. And there we go. So there is a card using the Blossoms in Bloom retired stamp set, along with the painted texture 3D embossing folder, and then of course one of the stylish shapes with the Lost Lagoon. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.